This content has been deemed inappropriate for children under 13. Viewer discretion is advised. This is for adults only. Adult collectibles. What's up, you guys? It's ZachJDan back with another Every Marvel Legends video. This time we're talking about every missing Marvel Legends, or every one that they showed us prototypes for and they never actually released to us. So here we go. Here's a comparison of the Juggernaut we did get and the Juggernaut prototype that they showed us. And what they were going to do is they were going to give us a Walmart exclusive best of series. And it was going to have the Juggernaut, the Vision, Translucent, the Red Phoenix, Deadpool, and a phasing Ghost Rider. But we never got it, any of that wave. In the Bring on the Bad Guys, this was what they were wanting to do for the Onslaught Build-A-Figure wave. We were going to get a extra figure in with the figure. So Abomination would have had a Skrull, Blackheart would have had a Brood, Green Goblin would have had an AIM soldier, Lady Deathstrike would have had a Hand Ninja, Loki would have had a Hydra soldier, Crimson Dynamo would have had a Doombot, I believe is what that was, and Pyro would have had a Hellfire person. Of course, a lot of these we have seen now in other ways, but the bottom two we have not. We've never seen the Doombot or the Hellfire Club guy. So here's some. That was back in 2006 that this happened. Of course, we never got a Crimson Dynamo either. Never released that. So kind of there's a listing if y'all want to pause that and read that. So here's what the prototypes actually look like. I think they look pretty cool. Don't really look like Legends, but they look interesting. And that Hellfire guy is definitely the one I'm looking forward to, getting some army building going on with. And I like the way the AIM soldier looks. That big B suit he's got on, very baggy looking. So in the Mojo wave, we were actually going to not only get the Mojo Build-A-Figure, we were actually going to get the X-Babies and the Avengers babies. So in 2006, X-Babies were going to be put in the Mojo Build-A-Figure wave, but they chose not to for some reason. Colossus would have been Colossus, Nightcrawler was Creepy Crawler, Shadowcat was Shadow Kitty, Storm was Shower, Rogue was Sugar, Wolverine was Wolvie, and then you had the Mighty Avengers, which had Captain America as Captain Amerikid and Thor as Thunderstorm. This next video picture will actually show us what Iron Man was. So here's kind of a magazine article showing all of them. Also shows us that we should have got Throg 2, or Thor Frog, and Wild Child. But Iron Man's name was going to be Iron Ace. And there's the Mojo wave, of course, that we got. So in that Mojo wave, you had Psylocke, and this variant right here that we never, like maybe 2 or 3 people got, and then also the silver variant of Luke Cage. So those are some of the most rare figures ever right there. And then also in the MODOK wave, you had Wasp, this blue variant. So there was 3 different variants that we could have gotten. This one right here was the extremely rare one. 2008 Red King was supposed to be a part of the Fin Fang Foom wave, and it was never released. So in 2008, Valkyrie, Bob East, and the McGinnis Green Hulk and the Red Hulk were going to be in the Fin Fang Foom wave, but they never showed up. The McGinnis Hulk was revamped as the Red Hulk Build-A-Figure, which was released as a Target exclusive. Still need to see this Bob Beast somewhere re-released. 2008, there was our first fan choice option, and they had us choose from these 7 plus 1. Of course, the one that won was the it'll be on the next slide. I can't remember his name right offhand, but still haven't seen Lilandra, that version of Storm, and that version of Gambit yet. But they just announced that we're getting this Alpha Flight, so that'll be Can't remember the names right now. And then of course they just gave us that Magneto in they gave it to us in the Toys R Us Jubilee Wave, and then they kind of gave it to us again in Family Matters, and then Silver Samurai came in the X-Men Vintage Wave. But here's the one that actually won that particular fan choice, which was the AOA Sunfire. So again, in 2009, SDCC gave us some actual figures in hand to choose for the pick a figure or fan exclusive picking of figures. They gave us several that we've just never seen again. There's 12 of them actually. Beast, Baghead Spidey, Lady Bullseye, etc. They ended up giving us a Brother Voodoo, 2 of them actually, and a Multiple Man, but not these versions that they showed us during this convention. So I love that version of Brother Voodoo, and this is actually the version of Multiple Man that I fell in love with that run of the X Factor comics. And then definitely we need to see this Baghead Spidey sometime. So here's the Beast. I don't understand how in the world they haven't taken this one and released it, because that is just an amazing looking figure. And then you got the Captain Marvel or Dark Avenger Moonstone, whichever one you want to call this one. That one definitely needs to be released. And then there's a Terror Inc. here. Spectacular looking figures. I don't know what in the world, but the fan choices didn't choose those figures. They chose some other figures we'll show you here in a minute. Got a Phantom X that they did release, but they didn't give us this all white version. And then they got the white Jean Grey. Still have never seen that one either. Several times they've actually showed us that figure, but it was never released. See that Nuke in the background there? That's not the version of Nuke we got either, but I'm happy with the Nuke we got. Look in the back there, you got the Hood. Would have been a great figure to show us, to give us one of these days. And then, of course, Lady Bullseye, too. And then this version of Havoc on the right looks spectacular, too. I would love to see that one released. So the winners of it were Warpath, Deadpool, Winter Soldier, Black Widow, Hulk, and Valkyrie. So these are the ones that actually they released to us at Toys R Us. But then we never got to see any of the other ones ever again. So in 2013, they released a Puck wave, and this was pretty much a comic book store exclusive. That's the only place you could find this. And if you notice on the back of the card, Cyclops had a alternate version. He had the Phoenix 5 version, and then Emma had an alternate version of a Rogue. And those are 2 again we have never seen. They never released those 2 at all. And I would love to see those. I'd love to see that Rogue and that Cyclops. And then here, of course, here's a Age of Apocalypse Jean that was kind of revealed to us during the Rocket Raccoon wave. Never saw that either. So during the Epic Heroes wave, there were several variants that were supposed to have come out. This one, Danny Moonstar, would have been a variant for the Mystique figure. This was in 2013. We did finally get a Danny release right now, and of course it was a much better version because it actually came with alternate hands and heads for Wolfsbane and Mirage. Also in that Epic Heroes, they gave us the X-Force Deadpool, but they did not re-release this red version of Deadpool. And then in the Red She-Hulk, you were supposed to have an alternate of Lyra, and we never have seen that Lyra figure released. Another one for the Epic Heroes would have been the alternate for Punisher, would have been Blade. Of course, we did get a Blade later, but not this version of Blade. And then, of course, as we've spoke about before, the white version of Doctor Doom. And I don't know, I've seen a lot of these. If they're bootlegs, I'm not sure. But there's been a lot of them actually released in Europe. So if that's the real version, I don't know. I don't understand why they would release this one and none of the other ones. So this one is definitely one they should touch base on again and try to give us that white version of Doom. So here's the Rocket Raccoon wave. And at the time, they did not give us the what I like to call the regular Hawkeye with that weird arm. They did not give us the Bulldozer at that time, and they did not give us the white version of Jean, which we still have never seen, and they didn't give us the Age of Apocalypse Jean, which we have still never seen. And then one of the craziest ones is this 2-pack with Killmonger and Everett Ross, is that they were supposed to have a Build-A-Figure Stan Lee. This was in 2018, I guess, because of allegations that Stan Lee had against him for sexual harassment. They completely ripped us off of the box, ripped us out of the box, and decided we were not getting Stan Lee as a Build-A-Figure. The poor man gave so much to us, and we definitely need to see Stan Lee released as a legend one of these days. So here's a picture of Forbush Man and, of course, Frog Thor, or Throg. So I know these are only 5-inch scale, but these are from the Fantastic Four: The World's Greatest Heroes cartoon. Had a pretty cool looking line that they were planning on giving us, but they never did. Would have given us the Mole Monster Build-A-Figure. Had all of the Fantastic Four, Doom Bot, Mole Man, Skrull, Hulk, Doom. Amazing looking. Also, you see these different colors: the purple Magneto, the darker color Cyclops. Toy Fair Magazine contest, pick a figure. You have the Ultimate Hawkeye that we never got released. Also a Iceman and a Havoc that were never released. These variants of the Toy Biz Bishop, Weapon X Wolverine, and Psylocke with purple hair. An Absorbing Man giant building size Build-A-Figure. And Odin Build-A-Figure. And of course we did get an Odin Build-A-Figure, but not this one. A Quinjet Build-A-Vehicle. And then of course, here's some more of those fan choices. All of these have now been released, but at that time, Angela won. 2016's fan choice. All of these have now been released, of those 4 on the bottom right, but the Terror Inc. and the Solo still have not. So here's those in figure form. And here's some most wanted, I guess. So here's everybody loose. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave any kind of comments. Hit that notification bell so you're aware of any new videos that I have. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that thumbs up. Check out my other top 10 list, also my every Marvel Legends list. And I'll talk to you guys later.